They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but in Hollywood it's often in the hands of a plastic surgeon. In this video, we're taking a closer look at 10 of the most jaw-dropping plastic surgery transformations that left fans speechless and tabloids buzzing. Some stars chased perfection, while others tried to turn back the clock, and the results you'll have to see to believe. Whether you call it reinvention or regret, these celebrity makeovers are truly unforgettable. Let's dive in. Nikki once praised for her natural charm and effortless beauty on shows like Unhappily Ever After, and Las Vegas became almost unrecognizable to fans by her mid-30s. Around age 34, small changes turned into dramatic transformations. Fuller lips, more defined cheeks, sparking rumors and concern. What unfolded wasn't just a story about one woman's looks, but a reflection of a broader cultural conflict, the tension between authenticity and Hollywood's ever-tightening beauty standards. In a world where the camera never stops rolling and online criticism can be ruthless, embracing natural aging has become a quiet act of rebellion. For Cox, these procedures may have been personal choices, but their impact played out in public. The features that once made her instantly recognizable seemed replaced by a face that drew comparisons instead of familiarity. The whispers grew louder. She used to look so different. But this isn't just about appearances. It's about the pressure to stay relevant in an industry that often equates youth with value. Behind every filler or implant lies a complex mix of fear, ambition, and survival in a world obsessed with image. Nikki's transformation, intentional or not, tells a deeper story: how Hollywood's pursuit of perfection can distort not only the face, but also the spirit behind it. Today, Nikki is more than just a name in the credits. She's become a cautionary tale in Hollywood's visual history. Her story urges us to look beyond judgment and recognize the human cost behind the glamorous facade. In a culture where beauty is currency, her journey reminds us of the steep price so many pay just to stay visible. Stanley. The dynamic frontman of Kiss has always captivated audiences, not just with his powerful voice and iconic black and white makeup, but with a rare kind of honesty in the rock world. Long before it became common for celebrities to change their looks, Stanley openly talked about getting a nose job. For him, it wasn't about vanity or chasing trends. It was about matching his appearance to the larger-than-life persona he created on stage. His face, like his music, became a form of performance art, bold, unapologetic, and perfectly crafted. Though he's never confirmed, the rumors of a facelift whispers have followed him for years. But what really stands out isn't the speculation. It's the way Stanley has always taken ownership of his evolution. Back when plastic surgery was still something people kept secret, he turned his image into a statement of self-expression, proving that in rock and roll, image isn't just packaging, it's part of the performance, more than a story about cosmetic tweaks. Stanley's journey speaks to a bigger truth about fame. Reinvention means survival. In an industry that demands constant reinvention, he didn't fight change, he embraced it with flair. Instead of fading into nostalgia, he evolved confidently, proudly, and without apology, in a world where so many quietly alter their looks behind closed doors. Stanley stands out like one of his blazing guitar solos, bold, deliberate, and completely in tune with himself. He's more than a rock icon. He's the visual architect of his own legend. And in a time when image often speaks louder than sound, that kind of self-creation might just be the loudest anthem of all. Axl Rose, the unmistakable voice of Guns N' Roses, carved his legacy into rock history with raw energy, piercing vocals, and a stage presence that was both dangerous and electric. From Appetite for Destruction to decades of sold-out stadium tours, Axl's image has never stayed the same. It evolved with the man himself, a reflection of both artistic growth and the weight of global fame. In recent years, though, the focus has shifted from his music to his looks. Rumors of cosmetic work from cheek lifts to possible facelifts have fueled speculation and split fans. Some mourn the loss of his rebellious, youthful edge, while others see his transformation as just another chapter in the life of a performer constantly in the spotlight. When you've spent decades under stage lights and tabloid scrutiny, reinvention isn't vanity, it's survival. What's undeniable is this: beneath any changes in appearance, the same defiant spirit remains the one that once made crowds explode with every scream of "Welcome to the jungle." Axl still performs with unmatched power and attitude, refusing to be reduced to before and after photos. His resilience lies not just in enduring fame, but in outlasting it on his own terms, in a world where rock stars are often frozen in time or forgotten. Axl Rose refuses to fade quietly. Whether shaped by time surgery or sheer willpower, he stands as a symbol of evolution in an industry that burns through icons and moves on. And in that relentless roar, aged, sharpened, maybe even sculpted, he reminds us that legacy isn't about staying the same. It's about lasting. Carla Bruni, once hailed as the ultimate symbol of French elegance and understated beauty, has undergone a transformation that feels more like a screenplay than a natural evolution. From runway sensation to First Lady of France, her early look enchanted the world, effortless, sophisticated, and seemingly untouched by time or enhancement. But as the years passed, subtle changes gave way to more noticeable cosmetic work. The face that once defined her allure now appears tighter and more swollen, reportedly due to repeated Botox and filler treatments that conceal the very features that made her so striking. Bruni's quest for eternal youth plays out like a recurring role in a never-ending series called Forever Young. Yet this isn't just the story of one woman, it's a reflection of all of us. Her journey mirrors a culture increasingly obsessed with the illusion of ageless perfection, where aging is treated as a flaw and subtlety is often sacrificed for smoothness. Her transformation does more than raise eyebrows. It raises questions. Where's the line between graceful upkeep and becoming captive to expectations shaped by filters, red carpets, and curated perfection? What begins as enhancement can easily turn into erasure, not of age, but of individuality. In a world where social media glorifies wrinkle-free foreheads over lines of wisdom, Carla Bruni's story stands as a cautionary tale. It reminds us to reconsider what beauty truly means, and whether its truest form lies not in defying age, but in embracing it. After all, perhaps elegance was never about freezing time, but learning to move through it with honesty, confidence, and grace. Daryl Hannah, forever remembered as the radiant mermaid in Splash and the fierce assassin in Kill Bill, has long captivated audiences with a beauty that felt wild, natural, and irresistibly magnetic. But in recent years, the conversation around her has shifted. Noticeable changes in her appearance, lifted brows, tighter skin, and features that seem unfamiliar have fueled speculation and debate. Although she once publicly denied having plastic surgery at age 51, many fans and tabloids still wonder if time alone could have reshaped her look. Yet focusing only on what's changed misses the bigger picture. Hannah's story sheds a harsh light on Hollywood's unforgiving beauty standards, especially for women. In an industry that idolizes youth and punishes aging, the pressure to stay camera-ready doesn't fade with fame, it intensifies. And in a culture obsessed with filters and flawless selfies, even the most iconic faces aren't immune to judgment. Her transformation, whether by choice or interpretation, reveals a deeper struggle: how to stay true to yourself in a world that constantly demands reinvention. For Hannah, it's not just about preserving a youthful image, it's about navigating the tension between authenticity and expectation. Amid the noise of criticism and curiosity, Daryl Hannah remains a quiet rebel. Her evolving face, far from diminishing her legacy, amplifies a deeper truth behind so many celebrity stories: that beauty molded by pressure is often the most fragile of all. And that real strength, real grace begins when you stop performing and start accepting who you truly are. Heidi Montag's dramatic transformation remains one of the most talked about stories in the world of celebrity plastic surgery, a cautionary tale played out under the relentless glare of the media. At just 23, she underwent an astonishing 10 procedures in a single day, hoping to reshape not only her body, but also her sense of self-worth. Years later, her reflections on those choices are strikingly honest. She's spoken openly about the physical pain, the emotional toll, and the deep regret that followed. Once lost in the noise of reality TV, her voice now stands as a powerful warning about the hidden cost of chasing perfection. Montag's experience reveals something far bigger than one woman's journey. It exposes the crushing pressure placed on women in the spotlight to meet impossible beauty standards. For celebrities, appearance becomes a form of currency, and the quest for flawlessness can quickly spiral into self-destruction. Heidi's story draws a clear line between self-improvement and self-erasure, between empowerment and the loss of identity. In a culture that celebrates filters over flaws and edits over authenticity, her regrets echo louder than any dramatic makeover ever could. Her courage in speaking out offers a rare, unfiltered look at the emotional aftermath often hidden behind Hollywood's obsession with reinvention. In the end, Heidi Montag reminds us that real beauty isn't found in transformation, but in restoration, in the quiet, revolutionary act of learning to accept ourselves as we are in a world built on illusion. That kind of honesty is nothing short of powerful. Mickey Rourke took a road few stars have the guts to travel one marked by raw honesty, while most celebrities dodge the topic of plastic surgery. Rourke has always been upfront about it. His procedures weren't about vanity but survival. Years of boxing left his face battered, pushing him to undergo reconstructive surgeries to fix the damage. But instead of restoration came transformation, unexpected and at times unsettling. The rugged, smoldering looks that made him unforgettable in 9.5 weeks, and Angel Heart slowly faded into a face fans could hardly recognize. A string of botched surgeries left him looking tight and strained, showing how cosmetic work, when done wrong, can erase more than it enhances. What truly makes Rourke stand out in an image-obsessed industry is his honesty about the failures, the pain, and the emotional cost. He doesn't hide behind excuses or pretend it was all planned. He faces it with humor and sincerity, reminding us that the real scars aren't always physical. Sometimes it's the pressure to turn back time that hurts the most. By sharing his story so openly, Rourke has become something rare in Hollywood, a truth teller. His journey isn't about vanity, but vulnerability, about the price of fame, the fight against aging and holding on to your identity in a world that treats faces like currency. He may have lost the features we once knew, but in return, he's revealed something far more powerful, a portrait of resilience shaped not by surgery, but by truth. At 34, Katie Price, bold, glamorous, and unapologetic, has become one of the most recognizable figures in the global world of cosmetic transformation. Known for her extensive list of procedures including multiple nose jobs and regular lip fillers, her life unfolds like an open diary under the constant glare of paparazzi flashes and screaming tabloid headlines. Katie's ever-changing appearance has sparked both admiration and criticism. To some, she represents a modern Venus, a vivid reflection of our culture's obsession with youth fame and flawless beauty. To others, she serves as a cautionary tale. Look deeper, though, and her story reveals more than scalpels and silicone. It's about identity in an age of constant scrutiny, the pressure of public life, and the struggle to take control of one's own image. Beyond being a British reality TV star, Katie Price stands as a symbol. Every cosmetic change she makes becomes a statement about freedom, conformity, and survival in a world that demands endless reinvention. She blurs the line between authenticity and performance, between self-love and social expectation. In the end, her transformation runs deeper than the surface. Whether you see her as an icon or a warning, Katie's journey reminds us that in today's image-driven world, changing your appearance can be as much an act of rebellion as it is of desire. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a new video. See you in the next one.